Morning. Well, many of my friends and even a few family members know me very well as a public transport system enthusiast and traveller. And some of you have no idea about my health issues over many years, and others do, of course, but what I think is, without doubt, is one of the most extraordinary things that have happened to me personally is that I suffered a very severe cancer and had an operations, excuse me. Now, about 4 years ago, I had a repeat of it. Actually, I had it when I was 40 years of age and had operation and a thing called brachytherapy, which was like a radiation treatment, which put it into remission for 15 years, and then the lump reappeared on the back of my neck. It was like the size of a small egg. Anyway, found to be the cancer had returned. I had a major operation, it lasted 13 hours. It was absolutely, as you could see, quite a huge operation there, but the doctor came round one morning, of course, and said, "Oh well, we got 90% of it. We'll do our best to keep an eye on it from now on." Then, well, my wife came into the hospital in the room, and they had about 4 people in that room, and she sat on the bed, and she started to pray really boldly, really loudly, and she said, "Lord, just take this away. Take this remaining cancer away. No further treatment whatsoever." And a couple of days later, I had an MRI, and then, of course, the doctors came round on their rounds, a day or two after that. And the doctor just asked, as usual, "Oh, how are you today?" And everything. I said, "Oh, not too bad," etc. Said, "Oh, by the way, the cancer's gone." And she turned around with her colleagues and just walked out. And well, frankly, I had a tear in my eye over that. And I thought, well, that's fantastic. And anyway, so the MRI had shown it completely gone. Well, I spoke to a very, very good friend of mine I've known for many years. He's an eye specialist on the Gold Coast in Queensland. His name is Dr. Peter Novakovic, and I said, "Well, Peter, can this sort of thing happen? I mean, they got 90% of the cancer, and then 10% was left. It was too dangerous, actually. It was on my brain." He said, "Oh, yes, it can happen." He said, "But it's a God thing." And in other words, he said, "Well, what happens is that I think it's the red cells that eat the cancer, remove all of it." And I've got to ask, what's the purpose of that? How could something like that occur naturally, as it were? Just, "Oh, well, some cancer, let's eat the cancer." So the answer is the prayer does in fact work, and those people that are cynical about that have just heard a first-hand account from me on this one, and it's just one of the most amazing things that happened in my life, and I believe I'm here walking and talking and actually talking to you because that prayer really did work, and my cancer is gone and into full remission again. And well, I was talking to a doctor about that too when I was having radiation treatment, and I said, "Well, what if the lump comes back? Doc, what happens? Do you operate on it?" He said, "Oh, no, you wouldn't do that." I said, "What about the radiation?" "Oh, no, wouldn't, no. He said, "It's terminal if it comes back." And I thought, whoa. He said, "Look, you had a 15-year remission last time. What if you get another 15-year remission?" "Oh, that's not too bad, is it?" I said, "Well, look, I rebuke that completely, and I say that the cancer is completely gone." But for those of you who have wonder about that sort of thing, let me just tell you a completely that the story is absolutely correct. I don't normally show people the back of my head, but I know that many of you, of course, will believe me, of course, anyway. Many of you are friends and know me in some way. In other words, contacts overseas and friends, and I can just assure you that it's completely true. And I thank God to be alive and quite well now. I do have a bit of a stiffness of the neck and a bit of soreness in the back, where they took the flesh out of my back incidentally and put it in the back of my neck. So anyway, for those of you used to the transport videos, which is fine, and you'll get many more of those, and you'll get many more posted from, cross-posted from Flickr, but and many others. I'll make some other political comments, of course, as anyone who knows me is aware of some of my political views on different issues. But for now, I'd just like to say I am so pleased that you've heard my testimony, as it were, on this, and that you'll take something fully meaningful from it. And I thank you for viewing.